China will release a research report on the U.S. military presence in the Asia-Pacific region amid increasing U.S. military activity near China. The activity included the unauthorized entry of U.S. warships into Chinese territorial waters in the South China Sea this year. The likelihood of conflict can substantially increase, and it must be managed and prevented. The research report will be published by the Chinese National Institute for the Study of the South China Sea. The report details U.S. security policies, including the presence, deployment and recent military activities in the region. The report focuses on changing Sino-U.S. military relations triggered by the return of the U.S. to major Cold Battle-era power competitions, and evaluating the positive role of China-U.S. military relations in stabilizing bilateral relations in a new era. The report also notes, since the Trump administration came to power in early 2017, he has identified major power competition for the first time in a national security strategy document. The strategy document was ultimately intended to protect U.S. supremacy in global and regional affairs, which included not only security issues but also political and economic issues. The U.S. has 375,000 enlisted members of its Indo-Pacific Command. The command consists of 60% of its Navy ships, 55% of its Army, and 2/3 of its Marine Corps. In addition, with 85,000 troops, a large number of high technology, and new weapons being deployed, the U.S. military has maintained its absolute supremacy in the Asia-Pacific for many years. The U.S. also continues to expand its deployment, budget and resources using the military developments of China and Russia as an excuse. In 2020, the U.S. took a series of steps to control China, using the topics virus, Hong Kong, Taiwan, high technology, and the military. Recently, U.S. warships have repeatedly entered without permission into Chinese territorial waters around the islands of Chisha and Nansha. They conducted operations in the South China Sea and crossed the Taiwan Strait. The U.S. has also deployed 3 aircraft carriers to the region. Chinese military experts say, China has expelled U.S. warships that enter without permission and do exercises to improve its combat capabilities. It shows the willingness and ability of China to maintain its sovereignty and territorial integrity. U.S. military operations can easily trigger accidents, which risk further escalation, experts say. Deterioration in military relations between China and the U.S. will substantially increase the likelihood of conflict, or even crisis, in bilateral relations between the two countries, the research report said. Clearly, such conflicts are not desired by other countries in the region. If that happens, they will be forced to choose between China and the U.S. because any military conflict between the two countries will get them involved. The report also emphasized that China has actively handled its military relations with the U.S. in accordance with the principles of non-conflict, non-confrontation, mutual respect, and mutual cooperation. Both countries need to focus on managing their differences and preventing conflict. The U.S., on the other hand, has mobilized a large number of its troops, strengthened and deepened its military alliance, and carried out intensive provocative activities targeted at China. China has no alternative but to increase its military budget and build its military to uphold its national security. The two countries must keep communication channels open, continue to build military confidence, prevent crises, and create conditions for communication and dialogue on nuclear security, cyberspace, space and artificial intelligence. It was all done to manage differences between the two countries and prevent conflict. At the same time, a Chinese government ship in the area has been trailing for a Malaysian state-owned oil company ship for exploration drilling. Chinese and Australian warships also moved to nearby waters, according to defense experts. Despite efforts to control the pandemic that spread from China earlier this year, Beijing has not reduced its activities in the South China Sea, a strategic waterway that travels 1/3 of global shipping flows. In contrast, the pattern of Chinese government assertiveness over the years actually increased, according to military analysts. this as a quite deliberate Chinese strategy to try to maximize what they consider to be a moment of distraction and a reduction in the ability of the United States to pressure neighbors, said Peter Jennings, a former Australian defence official who is executive director of the Australian Strategic Policy Institute, told the New York The Times.